Hi everyone, this is Marco and James Green of Cutico, and we want to welcome you today in tasting some tea. So, James, what are we going to drink first?
Great question. So hi everyone, we have 3 loose leaves here up front. The first one that we're going to try is, we're going to go with the Sencha. That's what Marco just picked up.
Okay.
So Sencha is your daily driver in Japanese tea. It's the most consumed tea in Japan. Right now it's mostly consumed in bottles and whatnot, but we're hoping that you might try some loose leaf Sencha yourself. So we're going to go ahead and try this out for you. Perfect.
Well, one thing that I know about Sencha is that Japanese teas in particular are pretty potent.
Yes.
Right? And so I think that when we talk about the constituents that make up tea, so much is locked in. And so for this, I'm choosing about 80 degrees Celsius water. Something that is cool enough where the catechins and the caffeine doesn't give you that bitter bite, but warm enough where the L-theanine really comes through and gives you that brothy umami.
And what Marco actually just shared is something that's very important, because those are key ingredients. So if your tea is coming across as too bitter, too astringent, look at your temperature. Maybe drop that temperature down just a little bit, because like he mentioned, lower temps will draw out more of that umami flavor, more of the L-theanine, the theanine properties as well. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So tell us a bit about Sencha in your catalog.
Sure.
And what's the producer of this particular Sencha?
Great question. So this particular Sencha was produced, these 3 teas were produced by a farm out of Kumamoto. These are the Furutas. And this is a 2nd generation farm, husband and wife, and they're looking to pass it on to their 2 sons. So this is a premium Sencha. And then in addition, we have 2 other teas as well, which I'm very excited to share with Marco. And that is our lemongrass hojicha and also a holy basil wakocha. If you've watched some of our discussions in the past, cha simply means tea. So the Japanese, the Chinese, they use the same character to represent tea, and that's cha. Hojicha is going to be a roasted tea. Wakocha is a Japanese black tea. And both of those are simply incredible. So the wife, Hisami, she is the one that actually put these together. So she is essentially what's called a chashi, so a tea master, if you will. But I love both of those because they're just so different and full body, and we'll try those as well right behind the Sencha here. Now, Sencha, of course, like I mentioned earlier, is your go-to staple in Japanese green teas. A lot of times when people just say green tea, they're often referring to Sencha. Green tea encapsulates so much, and that's part of what we're looking to share too with Cutico as we move forward in this journey.
Well, this looks gorgeous. Just the color.
Yep.
I'm like, man, spring is in full force here. Should we sip?
Yes, yes indeed. So I always like to start first with a couple of things. So I look at, color, what does the finish look like? That beautiful green, beautiful amber finish. And then I like to put my nose into it. And as expected, you get that grassiness coming through. You get that unmistakable Sencha. And like you mentioned, it's just spring is sprung. We're right now in Sencha season, and Sencha just refers to first harvest, first pick. And then after I get my nose into it, then I go in for a taste. And Sencha is one that's best enjoyed with wagashi. So these are going to be your Japanese treats. Because you get that nice balance of bitterness and sweet. And it's such an amazing, I guess, amalgamation is the only word I can think of. So Sencha does have a kick. It does have a kick, but it's one of the ones that I would recommend for anyone who's fairly new to Japanese tea. When you're like, hey, where do I start? I would encourage you start with where many Japanese already are.
Yeah, that's a great recommendation.